Is it true that you were going to announce the gay marriage thing on this show?
It was a possibility. It was. We had been discussing it for a few weeks, and we thought, what are formats where we can talk about it not just as a policy issue, but as a personal issue.
Right.
And all of you came to mind.
Well, Vice President Biden jumped the gun a little bit. That was, he sort of. You were planning to say it, but he seemed to jump the gun. Were you okay with that? Or
I was okay with it because it came out of a generosity of spirit. I am never going to blame anybody for telling what they believe.
Will you now fight for a federal bill that gives the same rights to heterosexuals that the federal bill now does not give to gays?
Well, keep in mind that on issues like Social Security, for example, a lot of this has to do with what's called the Defense of Marriage Act, DOMA. And this is part of the reason why my Justice Department has said to the courts, we don't think the Defense of Marriage Act is constitutional. This is something that historically had been determined at the state level.
That last little bit's what's called professionally a hedge. But anyway, the point of the matter is, we heard what the president had to say. I still think that this will be a net positive for him on the campaign trail, Dominic, but I'm a little less sure of it than I was maybe a couple days ago.
I know in the states that we air, people are like, what is this guy smoking? This is a net positive. But as we've traveled America, I want our viewers to understand that many states don't look like the states that we air in.
North Carolina is perfect. They're going to have the convention there for the Democrats, but they're
very conservative. And places like North Carolina, this just doesn't play well.
You know what? And that being said, Proposition 8 in California, gay marriage was banned when put to the voters of the very progressive leftist state of California.
I bet you if the vote was today again, you're absolutely right. But I bet you it was again today, I think there'd be a different outcome. I think I haven't seen a social issue in my lifetime move this fast, Andrew, where everybody you talk to believes there's an inevitability that whatever state you live in America, you're going to be able to get married if you're gay. It's when, not if.
And don't forget the North Carolina vote that we saw last week happened during a heavily Republican primary, so it wasn't exactly a general election crowd that voted on it in North Carolina.
You think this is going to help him or hurt him in the general?
I don't think it's going to move the needle for Obama one way or another. I think it is a potential downside for Romney among independent voters, because you're starting to see more independent voters supporting same-sex marriage. The people who hate same-sex marriage are going to go Romney anyway. The people who support same-sex marriage are going to go Obama. But when it comes to independent voters, I think it's a potential negative for Mitt Romney.
Okay. Now, as we talk about this, I think we talk about this in numbers sometimes, where polling is, and we don't put as much, at least in my vantage point, human faces on it. I want you, and we're going to play this all the way out to break, and then we'll be back right after. But I want to leave you with this video, and it's gone viral. A lot of people talking about it. You should watch it in its entirety here. It's about 10 minutes long. We're going to play about 3.5 minutes of you. It was made by a gay young man whose partner died a year ago. But because he wasn't allowed to marry that partner, he had no rights following his partner's death. He wasn't even allowed to attend his funeral. Now, this video, which was originally, as I said, about 10 minutes in length, it has certainly put a face on the issue, and it is his public plea for change.
love. I would be so lost without you by my side. I have a feeling 2011 will change our lives forever. Love forever and always. Forever and always, Tom.
The sudden loss of what has made my life worth living has left me so broken. Baby boy, we'll miss you, baby boy. Young, beautiful boy, making his way up to the golden doors. Time will not erase.
I need to fight for what I believe in, and I can't just stand back anymore.